This cake doesn't have a fancy name. It's not going to win any awards for how it looks, but it's the one that matters the most to me. It sits right in between a chiffon cake and a butter cake, light and airy from the egg whites, warm and rich from the butter. Today I'm baking it for the first time from memory. It's my grandpa's cake. Welcome back to Baking Daydreams with Tiff. First, we will mix together the wet ingredients. We will start with 1 stick or 8 tablespoons of butter and 1 cup of sugar. Then we will put it on the mixer. While this mixes, I will tell you why I'm making this cake. My grandpa, I called him Yeah. He was my dad's father, and this was his cake. Every birthday, every celebration, this was the one he made. It was the cake of my entire childhood. What I remember most is the smell, the batter, and the smell of their old hand mixer running. That warm, almost electric smell it would give off. Those two things together, that's my childhood. That's what this recipe holds for me. It's simple, but it's the one that means the most because he made it for me on the days that mattered. This is my way of honoring him and everything he taught me. Now, back to the bake. See how pale it's gotten? Almost white and noticeably fluffier. This is where the air goes in, and that air is what lifts the cake. Give it the full 3 to 5 minutes. Next, add in 2 egg yolks, one at a time. Let the first fully incorporate before the second goes in. This is where everything starts coming together. The butter, the sugar, the yolks, all getting to know each other. You want this fully combined before anything else goes in. Don't rush it. A well-mixed base makes everything that comes after easier. Now we're adding the remaining wet ingredients. 1/4 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, and 1/2 tablespoon of lemon zest. The lemon here isn't the main event, it's a supporting note, a little brightness that lifts everything else without taking over. Go ahead and mix that in until it's just combined. This might look curdled right now. It didn't go wrong, I promise. Once the flour goes in, it comes right back together. Set this aside for now. In a separate bowl, mix the dry ingredients. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Give that a good whisk. You want everything evenly distributed before it meets the wet mixture. No pockets of baking soda hiding in there. We're adding the dry ingredients into the wet in 2 additions. Mix in the first half and then the second half. And this part is important. Don't overmix. When you overmix a batter like this, you start building gluten. And gluten gives you structure, which sounds good, but in a cake like this one, it makes it tough and dense. So mix it until it's just combined and stop. The less you work it, the lighter the cake. A few streaks of flour are completely fine. Now, this is my favorite part. We're whipping the 4 egg whites. With your mixer, start on medium speed until they get foamy, then take it up to high. Watch what happens. They go from translucent and liquid to white and cloud-like. The whole texture transforms. You're looking for stiff peaks. When you lift the beater, the white should hold a point that stands straight up without drooping. That's your signal. Here's where the magic happens. We're going to fold the egg whites into the batter from before in fourths. The batter is thick right now, so fourths gives it more room to open up. Add the first fourth and fold it in. It may be a little tough to fold, but it will loosen up as you go. For the rest, make sure to fold from the bottom. Slide down the side of the bowl, scoop along the bottom, fold up and over. slow and deliberate. You'll see the batter go from doughy and stiff to something that actually looks like cake batter. Trust the process. Stop as soon as the white streaks disappear. That air in there is what makes this cake light, so we want to keep every bit of it. Before the batter goes in, butter your pan or line it with parchment. A light batter like this loves a well-greased pan. Take a moment to do this one right. Quick note on the pan. I'm using a 10-inch pan here because I ordered the wrong size. If you have a 9-inch, I'd recommend that one instead. The batter will be a little deeper and the cake will come out taller. I've made this in a bundt pan before and it works beautifully. But this pan right here is the one I'd reach for first, and you'll see why in just a moment. Bake this cake at 350 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. Start checking your cake with a toothpick test at minute 25. The toothpick test is to see if the batter is still wet. If the toothpick comes out dry, your cake is ready. And with some movie magic, here it is. I did let this cool down off camera first, which is why I can hold the pan with no oven mitts. This is exactly why I love this pan. It just pops right out. Clean edges, no fighting with it. My grandpa had a pan just like this one. Look at that. The sides have a beautiful golden brown on them. That color means it's baked just right. That edge is one of my favorite parts of this cake. See how spongy it is? That's the egg whites doing their job. All the air we work to keep in the batter is right there in the crumb. You can absolutely dress this up. Some fresh fruit, a little whipped cream, and it becomes something you'd bring to any table and feel proud of. But knowing my grandpa, knowing how he made this, I'm keeping it simple today. No frills, just the cake. This one's for him. If you like this video, press the thumbs up. Comment down below with your favorite childhood dessert or your baking journey. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get notifications for the next video. Thanks, bye!